Hi guys, and welcome to episode 4 of Project Size. I hope you've been enjoying this series so far, where we've talked about all the things you need to know for gaining lean muscle tissue. So far in the previous episodes, we've covered training, nutrition, supplements, and today we're going to go on to cardio. What cardio do you need to gain lean muscle size? First off, I know what you're thinking, counterintuitive. Why do we need cardio? We're trying to gain lean muscle. Cardio you only need for fat loss or for getting shredded. No. We still need some cardiovascular training even when we're trying to gain lean muscle size. First thing to know, what we don't want to do is low intensity steady state cardio, or LISS. You may have heard this described as LISS training. We do not want to be doing this. Reasons why: it's going to increase our cortisol levels. Cortisol levels are going to decrease our anabolic ability. In fact, they're going to make us catabolic, so we're going to lose lean muscle tissue. So you do not want to be doing long bouts of running, cycling, rowing, whatever form of cardiovascular activity in this low intensity steady state. So Matt, what do we want to be doing? So what I've been doing very effectively is our high intensity interval training. So HIIT training is brilliant for gaining lean muscle size. What do we mean by that? We mean short bursts of high intense exercise and short periods of rest. Traditionally, this can be in maybe a 20 seconds of high intensity, 40 seconds rest, 30, couple of ratios that we can use for our high intensity interval training. The benefits of this are that in 18 to 20 minutes, we can burn up to 250 calories. It's short, it's sharp, it's easy to fit into your day, and it's very quick to recover from. This will enable us to burn a little bit of body fat, stay relatively lean, but also will work our type 2 muscle fibers, which are going to help to lead to lean muscle gain. Typically, I do this on a treadmill, ski erg, assault bike, exercise bike, or a rowing machine. All very good pieces of kit for our high intensity interval training. This is a very effective way of gaining lean muscle size, but also not putting on too much unwanted body fat. This is a common mistake that people make when they're trying to gain lean muscle. They just put on weight after weight and end up getting essentially a bit fat rather than gaining lean muscle. We want to avoid this as much as possible. If you look at my progress photos from the first photo, in the 10 kilo increase that we've made, we've still stayed relatively lean throughout that entire process. I put that down to 18 minutes of high intensity interval training that I've been doing at the end of 4 resistance workouts. The other major benefit of this is HIIT is brilliant when we're trying to lose body fat as well, and when we're trying to get lean and shred up once we've gained a little bit of muscle size. So by doing this HIIT, when we come into our leaning out phase, we already have the cardiovascular fitness to accompany that and to enable us to push harder in our fat loss phase as well. Final point, HIIT is very good for heart health. We want to stay as healthy as we can during this process too. So HIIT training is brilliant for working that muscle, our heart, and keeping us cardiovascular fit during this process. We don't need to be doing hours and hours of boring, low intensity LISS cardio training. Alongside this, I've been doing 10 to 15,000 steps a day, staying on my feet, staying active. At some points, because of my job, I'm relatively active, probably a little bit too much, and that's crept into my recovery periods a little bit, but it's very essential to keep our step count nice and high, again, so we're staying lean and not gaining too much unnecessary body fat. The more body fat that we gain now, the more that we're going to have to lose during a fat loss phase. So it's essential that we try to stay as lean as possible and make this a gradual process. If you are looking to gain lean muscle size, these are the things that you need to know when it comes to cardiovascular exercise. To summarize, high intensity interval training above LISS training, short, sharp, intense bursts, 20 minutes of HIIT rather than 40, 50 minutes of jogging, etc. is the key way to keeping body fat off and gaining lean muscle size during our resistance workouts. Other thing to notice, step count nice and high is always a brilliant way for us to keep active, burn calories, but also enable us to recover ready for our resistance workouts, which is where the main bulk of the lean muscle tissue is going to come from. I hope you found that useful and that's answered any questions that you might have had about cardio during a muscle gain phase. Slightly different from cardio during a fat loss phase. Make sure you tune in next week where we're going to talk about recovery, which is very, very crucial if we want to gain lean muscle size. That is where the magic happens. So make sure you tune in next week. Hit like, hit subscribe, and follow us daily on Instagram as well for all your motivational needs.